Hey everybody, I've got a book for you to read, and it's Morris Goes to School, and and my name is Johanna, and I wanted to read you this book.
Okay, go ahead and open it and start reading.
Morris the Moose wanted candy. He went to the wrong store. The man in the store said, "We don't sell candy. Can't you read?" Then he showed Morris the candy store. The man said,
I want you to turn it around, honey. You can't really see it in the video anyway, and that way you can read it easier.
the man, the man in the candy store said, "What would you like?" Morris looked at the candy. He liked gumdrops, and he said, "Give me some of those." The man said, "They are 1 for a penny. How much money do you have?" Morris looked at his 6 pennies. "I have 4, he said. The man laughed. "You have 6. Can't you count? Don't you go to school?" Morris asked, "What is school?" The man said, "I will show you, but first here's 6 gumdrops. They are 1 for a penny, and you have 6 pennies." Did I just say one gumdrop?
You said it right.
Then the man took Morris to school. The children said, "Oh, look, a real moose." The teacher said, "Hello, my name is Mrs. Fine." The man said he never went to school. Morris didn't say anything. His mouth was full of gumdrops. Morris swallowed his gumdrops. Then he said, "My name is the Morris the Moose. The I want to learn how to count. I want to learn how to read. I like candy." Mrs. Fine said, "Hello, Morris. Welcome to our class. Please sit at a desk." Morris tried, but he did not fit. He had to sit on top of the desk. He will now study the alphabet. Mrs. Fine, this is an A. "This is fine," said Mrs. Fine. "This is an A. This is a B." Morris hid under the desk. He yelled, "Where is the B? I'm afraid of bees." Mrs. Fine said, "I mean the letter B, this one here. Doesn't doesn't it doesn't sting?" It Mrs. Fine said, "And the next letter is C." "Oh, I like this," Seymour said. "I love to swim." "No, No, no, Mrs. Fine said. I mean the letter C. And next, Mrs. Fine said, there's a D and an E and an F, G, H, I. Morris yelled, I have an I have two of them. Mrs. Fine, I'm the letter I. Mrs. Fine said, I mean the letter I. Morris, please don't interrupt again. Morris didn't. Morris couldn't. Morris wasn't there. He had to leave the room. One door said boys, one door said girls. Morris couldn't read yet. He opened the wrong door. A girl cried, Stop! Stop! You can't come in here. This is for girls. The other one's for boys. Morris told Mrs. Fine there is no door for mooses.
If your eyes are being tired, you can stop, and then we could do a second part later.
Mrs. Fine put a sign. When Morris came back, Mrs. Fine said, Now we'll spell cat. It spelled C-A-T. Dog is spelled D-O-G. Morris looked sad. What's the matter, Morris? Asked Mrs. Fine. Morris said, Didn't you spell moose? Can anyone spell moose? Asked Mrs. Fine. A voice said M-O-S-E. And girl said, No, it is M-O-O-C-E. You both are wrong, Mrs. Fine. It's spelled M-O-O-S-E. Morris said, Oh, I am hard to spell that. I am hard to spell that. Spell. Mrs. Fine said, I think it's time for lunch. The children opened their lunch boxes. Some of them had cheese sandwiches, some had cream cheese and jelly sandwiches, some had hamburgers. Each of them had a piece of fruit. But Morris didn't have anything. He ate lunch anyway.
Now, you want to explain that to the people who are watching?
Um, he
What'd he do?
he stuck his head out the window and ate some grass. After lunch, the children played. Some played ball, and some rope, jumped rope. Morris did both at the same time.
How did he do that?
His tail was the jump rope, and he was playing catch.
Okay, keep going. Johanna.
Hold on. Mrs. Fine said, "Now it's time to rest." The children rest on their desks. Miss Morris tried, but he was too big. Mrs. Fine let him use her desk. When rest time is over, Mrs. Fine said, "Wake up, every up, wake up, wake up! It's time for fingerprint. Finger, it's time to fingerprint." Mona said, "I have paint,
Oh,
hoof paint. You can tell which one Morris did." Mrs. Fine said, "Now we study arm armis. What does that say?
arithmetic. It means math.
Arithmetic. Who would like to count? A boy count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. No, said Mrs. Fine. Who knows what comes after 8? Morris said, "I know bedtime. I know bedtime." Hmm. 9 is the answer. Mrs. Fine said Mrs. Fine. 9 comes after 8. Who knows? Who knows comes after 9? A girl counted on her fingers. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, she said. 10 comes after 9. Mrs. Fine said, "That's right." Morris looked sad. "Oh, what is the matter, Morris?" Mrs. Fine asked Mrs. Fine. Morris held up his hoofs. "I only can't count to 4, he said. Mrs. Fine said, You can count tired." "I will show you." She counted Morris' hoofs. 1, 2, 3, 4. She counted Morris's anthers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Morris said, "I like to count. I'll never wear a hat." Mrs. Fine said, "Now I think it's time to sing a song." "What is that song?" asked Morris. Mrs. Fine said, "I will show you. A road track, a railroad has tracks." And said Mrs. Fine, "They look like this." "What is a wait? What is a railroad? A railroad, Morris asked. Oh, I know what tracks are. Morris firemen climbed them. No, said Mrs. Fine. Firemen climb ladders. Ladders go up like this. Morris said, let's sing another song. I am learning a lot. Mrs. Fine said, no, we just have time to play a game. Let's play make-believe. A girl said, I am a tree. A boy said, I am a monkey. Morris went into the closet, into the coat closet. Oh. Another boy said, I am a moose. Morris went to the closet, coat closet. He said, I am a coat closet. The children laughed. Mrs. Fine laughed too.
Now, why does it look like a clothes closet? Gonna show the picture and tell why?
Because he has a bunch of clothes on him. Then the school bell rang. Morris asked, Is that the ice cream man? Mrs. Fine said, No, it's time to go home. Morris gave the children all their coats. The children and Morris said goodbye, Mrs. Fine. Mrs. Fine said, I will see you all tomorrow. Morris ran to the forest. He took the money from his hiding place. He wanted candy. This time he went to the right store. He said, Hello, I want some gumdrops, please. The man said, Hello, they are 1 for a penny. How much money do you have? Morris looked at his 5 pennies. I have 5 pennies. He said, give me 5 gumdrops, please. The man gave Morris the gumdrops. He said, You have learned arithmetic. What else have you learned in school? Morris said, I learned how to with paint. I learned how to spell moose. I learned how to be a clothing closet, and I learned all numbers in the alphabet. The man said, You mean all the letters, don't you? Morris wanted to say yes. Morris tried to say yes, but Morris couldn't. His mouth was full of gumdrops. All right, Mom.
You want to say why you like that story?
It's because it's so funny.
All right, say goodbye.
Bye.